Guys, Ash here with Raid Champion Guides. Welcome to the video. We got a popular request and the first legendary that we reviewed here on the channel. Our goal is to review every champion in the game, and we got a long way to go, but thank you for joining me on this journey. So today it's going to be Shemnath. Shemnath, aka the Statue of Liberty, and boy, she looks really good. It is a she, right? I think it is. Either way, we're going to go she. She looks really, really good, guys. An incredible champion. Base stats here, 16K on the HP, 958 on the defense. A little squishy. 1553, nice scalability out of that attack. It is, of course, a Magic Affinity Knights Revenant legendary champion on the A1. We got a 2-time hitter. Each hit with a 50% chance when booked, placing a big version decreased defense for 2 turns. Good against bosses. And then we have a transfer all debuffs from this champion to a target enemy on a 3-turn cooldown when booked. Then attacks that enemy 3 times, okay? So we're transferring all her debuffs to the enemy. On the first hit, we're increasing the duration of all those said debuffs by 1 turn. On the second hit, we're decreasing the duration of all buffs on the target by 1 turn. And then we're going to increase the duration of all buffs on this champion by 1 turn after attacking. So obviously, accuracy is required for this ability, aside from obviously increasing the buffs on this champion. This is a very, very strong ability, albeit a single target one. But really, Humbled and Broken is the main feature of this kit, and it's very, very good. Attacks all enemies 2 times. The first hit removes all buffs. The second hit is going to ignore 20% of the target's defense against targets that have no active buffs. So ideally, unless we're going against Stone Skin or we don't have enough accuracy, we're going to be going against targets with no buffs because she's going to be removing them on the first hit. It is important to recognize, though, we're only ignoring that 20% of target's defense on the second hit. So, you know, it's really good damage, but it's not one of the strongest nukes in the game. But again, you are removing buffs as well. So really 2 birds, 1 stone. And then the Mana Seeker passive really adds extra damage to the equation, which is great. Increases champion's accuracy by 10 for each buff on each enemy. So you can really, especially in the arena right now with all the buffs out there, get a big boost in accuracy off of this passive. No cooldown, it's just always active. Increases champion's crit damage by 5% for each debuff on each enemy. Stacks up to 100%. So we can really see some insane nukes providing and predicated on how many debuffs are on the enemy team. That's why you can really run Shemnath in an arena team on a go first strategy and a go second strategy. You can use her as like a secondary nuker on your team, or you can use her as your main nuker on your team. So there's a lot of flexibility, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, she's kind of a tricky champion to build because she can do so many things. It speaks to her overall versatility. So I'm going to show you just one build in today, the way that I use her in the arena on a go first team. This would be a great team to farm your Great Hall with, especially in this meta. I advise if you're going to go speed, even if you're just farming your Great Hall, go with 1 or even 2 champions that remove buffs. We're talking champions like Ryan the Conjurer, champions like Madame Ceres, even alongside a Shemnath, so we get extra chances at removing that Stone Skin just in case. There's a lot of Ultimate Death Knights out there, a lot of Mortu Macabres in the Stone Skin, so we need answers to that. Let me show you really quickly the build and the masteries here. And let me know, guys, I really would love some channel feedback here. It's a brand new channel. I'm excited about it. A few questions. Why don't I just do these guides on my main channel, Ash Raid Shadow Legends? I am going to do champion guides there as well, but I don't want to do, there's going to be a lot of champions. Some of them are going to suck. I'm going to be brutally honest about it, but I really want to, Shemnath I probably could have put on the main channel, but I do want to do a lot of uploading here. Maybe 2, 3, 4 a day, and that would really clutter up my main channel quite a bit. So anyway, I digress, but there will still be guides on both channels. Shemnath, though, really quick on the reviews here. we see very, very good ratings in game. On Hell Hades, we're seeing the multipliers a 1.5, multiplier on the A1, a strong rating, a 1.88 on the A2. This is a triple hitter too, so keep that in mind, a strong rating. And then we get a godlike rating here from the A3 ability. It's a 2.5, but keep in mind, it's a 2.5 multiplier on a double attack, and one of those attacks is going to be ignoring some defense. Blessing's recommendation would be Soul Reap, according to Hell Hades, and I actually agree there as well on this champion. So I built her in triple perception, okay? So the first way that I would consider building this champion, or I guess maybe the most popular way, would probably be going with Savage or Lethal and building her as a straight up nuker, again, taking advantage of the inherent ignore defense already present in the A3 ability, Humbled and Broken. So I think that's probably going to be the most popular way. But we also want a lot of accuracy on this champion. It's really nice to have that passive, increasing our accuracy for 10 for each buff on each enemy. But we want it as high as humanly possible. So I decided to go triple perception. And I don't have many nukers built in perception gear, whereas I have a ton of nukers built in Lethal and Savage. So I am so low on good Savage and Lethal gear. So I thought to myself, how I'm going to build my Shemnath is going to be for Hydra, this is a beautiful Hydra build, right? And to be a secondary nuker and buff remover on my Go First Arena team. So that's the build that you're seeing today, right? So I would still go for 100% crit rate and as much crit damage as you can get on her, especially if you go Savage and Lethal, but you also need to get accuracy and a little bit of attack, right? So there's a lot of stats that you want to get on this champion. And you can use her as a go second nuker too, and that will really lower this speed threshold. Your speed threshold is really only, 20 to 30% as fast as your speed booster, your seeker, your apothecary, your whoever, your arbiter, right? So it doesn't have to be 270 like I have it. You just want to be in that boost range of whoever your turn meter booster is on your team. So I had to make sure that I hit those numbers for this particular team. We are going to see her really quickly, maybe a battle or two in Platinum Arena in just a moment here. But we need accuracy, we need crit damage, we need crit rate, we need to figure out what speed we want, and then we want some attack as well. And you can see I'm really shy on the attack, and that's probably because we have a 5-star chest and I forgot. I actually built her a little while ago, but I really enjoy this build. But I actually have accuracy on the chest. Again, I'm prioritizing removing buffs in the arena. I would say that probably most of you guys are going to want to go with, we get more accuracy though. Let's go take it. Let's take it all the way. An extra 20 accuracy. Sign me up, right? I just want to make sure that I'm removing everything for this use case in the arena. 568 accuracy is not the most ever, but we do, again, it's a tough build, right? You have two choices on a tier 6 mastery. Do we want to go Eagle Eye, get that extra accuracy? That would be, again, for players who are leaning on her more as a buff remover. Or do we want to go with Helm Smasher, which we're seeing here, to actually get that ignore defense? So I'm going a little bit both ways. I don't have the Savage, I don't have the Lethal, but I do have Helm Smasher, so I do get some ignore defense, and she is going to be hitting quite hard. I have Arena Masteries on this champion, as you can see. Ruthless Ambush, increasing the damage on the first hit on each enemy. And then we have Bring It Down as well, increased damage inflicted by 6% when attacking targets with higher max HP, which is basically always going to be the case. And I came down, picked up a little bit more accuracy here, and Evil Eye to help on that decreased defense on the A1. So those are the masteries that I went with, but again, I reiterate to you guys, if you're using her against Hydra, no worries in going War Master, right? If you're using her primarily in Arena, I would go Helm Smasher or go with Eagle Eye if you're really cool with mitigating some of that damage in favor of getting that extra accuracy to ensure you're removing all buffs, which is, again, one of the big highlights of her kit. But it would be a shame to throw away all that damage, too. So, again, so many different ways you can build this incredibly cool champion. Let's go ahead and try her out really quickly here in the arena. So I am, again, in Platinum. We're actually top 56 right now in the world, a day before reset day. Guys, let's go against this super tanky team here and just see what we can do. We're going to have to go against Valkyrie's Shield. We're going to have to deal with Harima's passive here, mitigating ignore defense. They have a Siphi. They have a Duchess. It's going to be gnarly. Let's just see what we can do. And as I mentioned, I like running two nukers. So I run her as my setup nuker with the remove buffs. And then we have our other nuker, in this case going to be Trunda, going after her. So hopefully we go first here. My Arbiter's not the fastest for Plat. I'm not a 400 speed Arbiter, but I'm not that much lower, I think, and they do go first. That's a bummer. I'm not that much lower. I think my Arbiter's around 380, 390. So we do not remove on Madame Ceres on Valkyrie, but we have another shot here at Shemnath. And we still don't remove that stone skin, so that's a big, big bummer. But hopefully we can do some killing here. And we do. So it works out. And thus is the power, my friends, of Shemnath, right? I mean, we went in there, and Trunda, let's be real. But we went in there, even despite the ignore defense, we were able to remove everything, make sure that we did some soften them up for Trunda a little bit, right? All right, guys, I found one more Stone Skin team that I know is going to be super tanky, so let's go ahead and see what we can do here. It's a Venus, a Necret, a Cupidus, and was it Ultimate Death? No, Mortem Macabre. All right, so let's see what we can do. Look at all these buffs. It's intimidating, but we got 2 shots to remove them all. Here goes one. Not too bad. Here goes Shemnath. We're going to have to deal with a counterattack as well from Mr. Cupidus here. But, okay. So she's dead, but she got the job done. Let's just go A3 here and see if we can kill at least 2 out of 3, and we do. And then we get them stun as well. Ooh, it's looking pretty good here. I don't know. Let's kill Necret. Oh, come on, Arbiter. You can't finish off Necret? I'm counting on you to do it, Madame Ceres. Boom. Oh, all right, Arbiter, second go round. Boom. She lapped him. There we go. That's the downside of those slow builds, right? Either way, guys, you saw, the damage differential. Obviously, she can't stay. I mean, she's not in, keep in mind, Savage or Lethal, but she's a really incredible champion. Super, super fun, guys. Let's go ahead and see. Again, the damage wasn't too bad there, but again, it's really lacking compared to, like, the best nukers in the game. But keep in mind, my Trunda is +4 in Savage gear as well as Helm Smasher. So not really fair to do a true comparison. But the nice thing about Shemnath is, guys, and I'll just end with this final note, as we saw here on Hell Hades, she's not just used in the arena. This is one particular build that I think is really fun to share with you guys in the perception, but really you can use this champion everywhere to clear waves against Hydra Clan Boss, to remove those buffs from the head, do some damage on top of that, have those abilities from the A2 that we barely even spoke about, or didn't demonstrate at least, right? So there's a lot that she's bringing to the table other than just flat out nukes as well. Hopefully you enjoyed this mini guide to the Statue of Liberty. Shemnath, thank you, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more champion guides every single day here. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care, guys.